guys? It's Ariel and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be working on a skill that involves our brain, our eyes, arms, wrist, fingers, and most importantly, we can't forget something to write with. Can you guess what skill we're working on today? Today we are going to be working on handwriting with a little help from one of my favorite princesses. Come on, grab the kids. Let's get started. We're gonna have some fun today. Let's go. All right, y'all, so here are the facts. Before a child's actually able to start writing and just jumping into letters, we need to pump the brakes for a second. We actually need to just start with grasping. Are they able to pick something up, their favorite toy, a block, a toy car? Make sure your child is able to grasp first before we begin the writing process. This process actually starts pretty early. When a child is between 15 to 18 months, did you know that typically developing children should be able to grasp a marker, a crayon, mama's lipstick, but they're not ready to color on the walls just yet. Again, we're getting that grasp developed and making sure they're able to pick things up first. That's going to be step one. If they can do that, then here's what you do. We are going to build on that skill. When children are 2 years old, they're not terrible. That's not the terrible twos. This is actually where the fun begins. Let's call them the terrific twos. You know why? Because now they're able to imitate, not just your behavior and the things that you say. I mean, really, watch what you say. They pick up the craziest things. But when kids are 2 years old, they're able to imitate things that they see in terms of the writing process. So if you were to scribble on paper and say, hey, baby girl, come on, can you do it? They should be able to do exactly what you just did. And there is a big difference between being able to imitate something and be able to copy something. Those terms are pretty often used interchangeably, but they don't mean the same thing. To imitate is more of a you do it, then I do it type of thing. I need to see you do a line first, and then I can do it because I saw you model it first. To be able to copy something would be a line already being on a paper and we just looking at it, not seeing you do it and copying it. So that's the difference between those two terms. Right now, because the kids are so young, they're only at the stage of being able to imitate. But if your child is older than this, don't get too caught up on the ages. I'm just giving you a little bit of the developmental backstory so you know how this process really works. Let's keep going. When it comes to pre-writing, let's break that down really quickly. Pre, just meaning before, and writing, the skill that you want your child to have. So what do we need to lay in place? What's our base? What's our foundation before they're able to start writing? Now, it's all just going to start with a simple scribble. That's just something that your child learns at an earlier age where they're getting used to grasping stuff and drawing on paper. They're scribbling. It can go up, down, side to side. It doesn't matter. But you know what? We build on that skill because there's a lot that comes after the scribble. Later comes the vertical line, which is a line down. Then there's the horizontal line, the line across. Next, we have a circle. Circle, stop. Kind of like the shape of my head. You guys can draw a circle. Even after those, we have diagonals, we have a square, we have a triangle, and so many more. But you know what? Don't fret. We will get there, but we have to lay a smooth foundation first. Because if we just start out jumping into letters and our foundation's not there, think about when you build a house. If you don't have a strong foundation, things are gonna fall through the cracks. That's what this is supposed to be, but you guys get the idea. So let's build them up from wherever they are. Figure out where your child is at in this sequence and we will move on from there. Now, I know that was a lot of information to take in, but don't you worry. You don't need to memorize it. You can always play this video over and over and go back and pause. I'm gonna even give you down below in the description box, I'm gonna tell you the cues I use when I'm helping kids to do their pre-writing. But enough talk from me, let's get to our pre-writing with the princess. Come on. So here's what you need. Well, first, I need you to go grab your kiddo so they can do this video with you. And remember, you can pause. Let's just get baseline data and see where they are, what they're able to do. We need to start out with something to write with and something to write on. Now, I don't recommend lipstick on the walls because cleaning that off is not going to be very fun, but you could try something like this. Parents, this one's for you. I also need you to come with a positive attitude and a little bit of patience because the kids are learning. Remember, when you're building the foundation, it takes time, it takes patience, and it takes dedication. I know that you have all the skills you need to succeed, and I'm just gonna help you fine tune them a little bit. So once you got those things, let's jump in and start with our first shape. The first stroke I want you to start with is a scribble. Now, I don't think you need me to show you how to do this one, but it's gonna look something like this. It can go up, down, side to side, aggressive, calm, whatever your child's able to do. Let's just see if you can get them to scribble on a paper. Our next stroke is going to be a vertical line, and we're gonna start at the top and go line down. Make sure you start from the top. Very, very important, because that's also how we're gonna model our letters and our numbers when we get to that part of the process. Stroke number 3, line across. We're gonna go left to right, line across. The next shape on our list is a circle. Remember guys, like the shape of my head, the shape of a cookie, or the shape of a pizza. We're gonna go circle, stop. Parents, make sure you're giving cues like these, and again, they will be down in the description below. When you're teaching your child how to do these, it's important to give cues. That way they help. We're giving visuals, we're giving verbal, we're giving them something auditory to listen to, helping do whatever it takes to get it to stick for them. To create a cross, we're gonna do line down, and then we're gonna do line across. To create our square, this one's a little tricky because sometimes the squares can turn out like this for kids who don't pick up their pencil when they're writing. This one's a little more advanced, but check out what the princess did. She didn't pick up her pencil while she was drawing a square, and it caused her to get a little bit upset. Hey, don't cry, princess. It's okay. Let's give this another try. Wipe your tears, give yourself a thumbs up. Let's try again. So for our square, we're gonna go down, pick up your pencil, down, pick up your pencil, and then across, and then across. You got it. Diagonal lines, we're gonna start at the top and go line in, and this will be the same for both diagonals. Line in, pretty easy on that one. The triangle just might be my favorite because it combines a little bit of everything that we learned and it puts them together. So you're gonna start at the top, we're gonna go line down, pick up your pencil, line down, pick up your pencil, line across. Can you believe that? You just made a triangle. Great job. Once your child is able to master these, then they are ready to move on to letters. Now, when it comes time to work on letters, don't worry, I will make a video of how I practice letters with special needs kids on a daily basis because you guys, it's a process. Sending our kids to school and having them learn it there is great. And you know what? If you're a teacher or a para or an aide of any kind, thank you, thank you, thank you for working with our children, my clients, all of it, because without you, our kids wouldn't be where they are today. But I want to make sure from a therapist standpoint that parents understand the importance of practicing with their kids at home. It's not a one-sided story. You have to practice with your kids too. Make time and make it fun. My last tip for all the parents who I know are gonna practice with their kids is practice makes progress. We're not looking for perfection, and being that we are working with children who may have a bit of a delay, it's gonna take rehearsal, it's gonna take modeling, it's gonna take day in and day out until they understand and until something clicks and they're like, you know what? I can do it. Until their brain is able to put those two things together, we're gonna just keep practicing, but we're never, ever, ever, what we're not gonna do, we are not gonna give up because your child is worth it. They're worth that extra time that it takes to sit down and practice. We want to set them up for success. And sometimes as special needs parents, and I am the sibling, my younger brother has autism, so even as special needs siblings, we seem to have to work so much harder to get our loved one to where they need to be. But you know what? It will be worth it, you guys. I promise you, God wouldn't have put this child or this adult, whatever they are in your life, unless he knew that you can handle it. He knew that you had exactly what it takes to help this child to break down the stigmas of society and to succeed. So I can't wait to hear about your journey. Make sure you let me know in the comments down below. If you guys have questions or if there's other content you want to see, make sure you leave me a comment. You guys, I read these first thing in the morning and at night before I go to bed, so I will be looking out for them. And make sure you subscribe. See you next time.